Just at the boat jetty now to head to Bako Park. Very exciting to be here. And it's not that difficult place to get to from Kuching. You can take a local bus, or you can hire a taxi or Grab or Uber, and it's about a 40-minute ride, something like that. Now, the problem is that getting back by a Grab or an Uber or possibly even a taxi might be difficult, as they're probably not going to come all the way out here just to take you back to Kuching. Getting from Kuching to here is a little bit easier, but there is a local bus here. But I think the last one is around 5 o'clock, so you got to get back to the park from the park by that time. And actually, the last boat out of the park for the day is at 3 p.m. So you got to start your day early if you want to come. But it's very exciting to be here. This week's Far East Adventure Travel Podcast.
Bako National Park on the island of Borneo is Sarawak, Malaysia's oldest park, established in 1957. It packs in a huge variety of landscape, vegetation, and wildlife for its small size of 27 square kilometers. Only accessible by boat, if you're based in Kuching, you'll just need to make arrangements to get to Bako Bazaar and the boat launch dock. There's a public bus, or you can hire a taxi or Uber. By the way, although I did have to wait 18 minutes, I was very lucky to get an Uber ride back to Kuching. Unless you want to pay a premium, boats don't leave the dock unless there are 5 passengers. So as long as you arrive not too late in the morning, it shouldn't be long before you're on your way, especially if you're by yourself. The boat ride out to Bako, which takes about 20 minutes, is an adventure itself, passing by fishermen and remote beaches and seeing the Satubong Peninsula in the distance. Once you reach Teluk Assam beach that leads to park headquarters, you disembark from the boat and wade into shore.
Okay, so we've made landing here, Bako National Park. And for the last little bit, you have to jump out of the boat and just wade in, so shoes off. And we're on our way to park headquarters here. The water's nice and warm.
You could easily spend a half day just here looking at the peninsula in the distance and checking out the wildlife that hangs out around the beach, including proboscis monkeys we caught a glimpse of right in the trees as we approached headquarters.
Hey there, it's John Saboa, Far East Adventure Travel, and right now I'm in the old Chinatown section of Kuching, Sarawak, on the island of Borneo, having an awesome time here. Can't wait to show you some of the highlights and upcoming podcasts here on Far East Adventure Travel. Just wanted to give a shout out to those that have recently written a review in the iTunes store for Far East Adventure Travel. Carol Eade of the United States writes, "John is the real deal. He's a fabulous host and does an amazing job of sharing information on the places he travels to. You'll feel like you're right there with him." Well, very, very kind words. I really appreciate that. You know, you can help others discover Far East Adventure Travel in iTunes. Just follow the link in the show description or show notes here, which will take you to the podcast page. Then just go to the top, click ratings and reviews, then rate the podcast out of 5 stars, then go down a little bit further to write a review, click that, and then write your review and submit it so others can discover Far East Adventure Travel. I also have a Patreon page now. I'm going to leave a link in the show description or show notes. For as little as $1 a month, you can have access to exclusive content, including images, videos, and behind the scenes of Far East Adventure Travel. Do check that out now. Thank you so much for joining me here in Kuching, Sarawak on the island of Borneo. Now back to the podcast.
You must check in at park headquarters when you arrive and present your park pass you purchased at the boat launch. It's also a good idea to register which trail you will be on at the desk. Once you've completed that, then you're off to enjoy the beauty of Bako National Park. One of the guides that I met at the boat launch suggested I walk the Pandan Besar Trail, which gives you wonderful views, a chance to see unique vegetation like the carnivorous pitcher plants, and should allow me enough time to do some wildlife viewing around the beach before the last boat leaves for the day at 3 p.m. Once you're out of the lower trail and the jungle canopy, you're in the scrub-like Pandan vegetation and exposed to the sun, so it's a good idea to bring a hat and use sunscreen.
Great varied landscape on this trail so far. Bring lots of water, very humid and hot and exposed here. But other than that, just beautiful.
It would have been really easy to miss these pitcher plants that I saw close to the ground while walking the trail. They are abundant in this area. You will dip back into Karangas Forest. Karangas is an Iban word. Iban are the indigenous people of Sarawak. It means land which cannot grow rice. You'll come out of the Karangas in the final stretch of the Pandan Besar Trail. This is the prize at the end of the trail.
This is absolutely amazing, and I'm totally kicking myself right now for not arranging more time to spend in Bako National Park, because this is just a taste of how beautiful this place is and the varied trails and that. But what an amazing view here.
Lovely views looking out at this beach, which is unfortunately inaccessible by foot. Another beach close by, Pandan Kachil, can be hiked from here. One thing you need to be mindful of when hiking here is the possibility of tropical downpours. Bako is part rainforest, and on my way back I headed right into a huge rainstorm, which pretty much finished my hiking and exploring for the day. But it was a truly amazing taste of wild Borneo.
Well, a nice little tropical storm to finish off the adventure and the day. That's it for this episode. More to explore. See you next time.